What's up, everyone? This is Devin. This is Amateur Life coming at you with a sports talk. This is kind of where we talk all sports, kind of what's going around, kind of between professional, college, and everything like that. So we'll try to stay a little bit more on topic this time than what we did last time. We kind of bounced around. All of us were talking. It was really hard to follow. So we kind of got to try to stick to a little bit more of a schedule this time, and that way we, can kind of understand what we're trying to say. Hey, so this kind of more just round table style, just talking sports. So we're going to jump right into kind of the news of Georgia beating Alabama. My heart's broken. And
mine too. I lost money.
Yeah. So, it kind of sucked watching Williams go out. I think that was a big fat change in the game. I think if they would have had him, Bryce Young would have made some better passes. Those young guys, just the timing was off between Bryce Young and those young guys. So I think it would have been
some key drops in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That number
dude.
84.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
He'll be very
I think,
good.
he's got some potential for
That
sure.
one that was like a dime by fucking Bryce Young.
Dude.
Dropped just right over the shoulder, hits him
Yeah.
right in the hands and dropped.
Yeah.
Like, that's a touchdown all day. You got to catch that.
You got to.
Even though it was sad for us, we were talking about it earlier. Some guy won $2.1 million.
Because
Oh, the Georgia
shout
game.
out to that
On
guy.
just
No,
a $30,000 bet.
Just.
I mean,
yeah,
Just
look.
almost $30K.
But I mean that's a heck of a parlay right there.
dude, that's awesome. Good for that guy.
I'm more happy for him than I'm sad about myself.
Exactly. I bet $10. So yeah, I guess I can.
I mean, for someone who loves defense, that game was
Dude,
very
that
fun
game
to
was
watch.
such a. They didn't have a touchdown until what, the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter.
I think third.
I mean,
Yeah.
those
Alabama finally
defenses were
punched it
just
in.
Yeah.
flying.
Dude, they
That-
were.
What is number 31's Henderson?
Anderson.
Number 31, the defensive end for
Yeah,
Alabama.
for Alabama.
Dude is different.
Number 99 for Georgia.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
7-foot
Brown,
Davis.
Brown,
He-
right?
Oh my
Davis.
god.
Davis, yeah.
Jordan
For
Davis.
a big dude, that man can
But-
move.
Well, people don't
A
realize.
linebacker,
People
too,
don't
for
realize
Georgia.
he's like.
Oh yeah, number
I'd have
17.
to look. I think he's either 25 or 26 years old.
Oh, he's
What?
he's,
He's
older?
good, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Banging good.
How
Because,
old he
like,
is.
It was like something to do with like his first like couple years of that you would have went into college. He didn't go to college right away after
So
high
he was
school.
eligible to play.
So he was eligible to continue to play for 4 years once he started college up. So that was kind of one thing that that people were saying was just
Oh,
like,
he's old.
he's older. So
That was like Brandon Whedon, though. You guys remember Brandon Whedon? He was like 28 years old, graduating college, just tearing up for Oklahoma State, I think.
Never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
That
no,
sounds
he was like,
familiar.
so Oklahoma State, Brandon Whedon, he was a quarterback. He was like 28 years old. He was doing pretty well for him. Went into the NFL draft, got drafted in whatever round it was, and he was like 29 years old as a rookie.
Wow.
one of our former co-hosts or special guest, Garrett, says, "Let's go Georgia." So I'm guessing he had money on Georgia.
Congrats, Garrett.
So I did put $10 on Alabama. Then I saw DraftKings did a promo for like 2.5 for Georgia to win at plus 100. So I put $40 on them. I did make up for it. So I made $80 off the deal.
I
Yeah.
wish I said, I think me and you were talking, we liked the under a lot. I didn't end up hammering it.
Yep.
But the over ended up hitting.
No,
Well,
I actually hit the
the-
under too.
Actually, no, the over didn't.
No, the under hit.
The under hit
Yeah.
by
Under
like
hit.
1.5 points.
Yeah.
Well, and you look too like the game that they played before, like all the points got scored in like one quarter. I
Mhm.
think when the over hit in the first game, that was because there was like 38 points scored in the third quarter.
Right.
I was like, okay, that kind of doesn't happen very often. It's not gonna happen again. So I was like, I wish I would have threw money on the under because that's what we were talking while watching the game and
Yeah.
stuff. Is that man that under was I thought it locked bet there.
Yeah. No, kudos to Georgia's quarterback though. I mean, senior
awesome.
year.
Yeah.
Wins
He
MVP
has
of the game.
Yep, he had such a
Walk on.
good story, like a
Yeah.
background story to coming into Georgia and just getting that championship. So that's awesome for
That
him.
was very
That was
cool
cool
to
to
see.
see.
So
But I think if I wrote it down here, Alabama, if they would have had a better offensive line, dude, it would have been such a walk for them. Their offensive
I
line,
disagree.
dude, it didn't look
That's
good.
how they got their touchdown, though, is their offensive line started blocking in the third quarter,
I
and they
mean,
finally punched
exactly.
it in.
in the third quarter.
Georgia had by far the best front 6, 7, whatever you want to call it, with their linebackers.
when
Probably in
that's
college
what-
football history.
Dude, they
Right,
just
that's what I'm saying
So
though.
I
So
think
if
their
Alabama's
line-
O-line,
I think their O-line played great.
well,
I mean, the running game was actually not horrible.
I didn't think it was good. I mean,
You're used to Derrick Henry now. They don't have him this year.
not even that, but Robinson had 200-something yards the week before, and he ended up with what, like 50 maybe?
But yeah, I feel I think it's the receiving core. Losing John
that was one
Mechie,
big thing
Oh, yeah.
too.
and
They had
then
no
Williams
receivers.
going out.
They had no receivers.
You know,
And
you're talking. I think that 84, and then the other kid that came in, I think 11. I believe both of them are true freshmen. Like
Okay.
were playing high school
Which,
ball last year, and they're playing in the
like Caleb
national
said-
championship for college.
yeah, they have great potential. I think they're going to be good receivers, but they just,
And
know,
how come
we're young.
Bryce Young did not run once?
dude, that's what I'm saying.
Dude.
He's such. I
They
think he's a
shoulda-
great dual
Once
threat
they
quarterback.
started struggling, why not have design QB runs?
I think he's a great dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, he
like he's
is.
fast, right?
is.
He's
Yeah,
fast.
He's
won-
done it all season.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just their game plan or
Yeah.
what, but I
No.
mean, Devin and I were on the phone during this game,
No,
and I'm like, this
dude,
is pissing me off.
Yeah, that's one thing that I thought. Like Bryce Young, he didn't impress me. That's one thing. Like for a Heisman quarterback, he did not impress me.
I think he played fine.
And that's like Nick Saban was sitting there defending him. He's
Yeah.
like, this one game does not define.
No, it doesn't. But like,
I think we just all expected so much that it kind of seemed
that's
like he
probably
didn't
my
play.
thing.
He
I
didn't-
expected him to just come
but-
out there and be nuts.
I mean, kind of what he had. I think
The
he played
O-line,
great.
the O-line, dude.
Nah, dude,
They
there
had,
was
dude.
3 huge drops. He
every
was
time I
throwing
watch-
dimes. I don't know why he didn't run. I don't know if that was a coaching
There
thing.
were some
him thing.
big like mishaps though, and it
Well-
wasn't like he was throwing bad. It was just miscommunication.
A couple
between
picks
the
were
receivers.
bad.
Between the
The
receivers,
picks were bad. that he threw.
exactly.
Yeah.
The picks were awful.
Well, to kind of wrap this up, I'm already throwing money down on the plus 225 for Alabama to win next year.
That's actually not even that good of odds.
Yeah. No.
it's not.
Well, they're ranked number 1 in the way too early rankings already.
I like Michigan. I'm not gonna get into that, but
You got your buzzer. Bzz.
We'll jump over to a little bit of news with the NFL, you know, with playoffs kicking off and stuff for that. There's been quite a few coaches fired already. You got Joe Judge from the Giants, Vic from Denver Broncos, Matt Nagy from Chicago Bears, Mike Zimmer from Minnesota Vikings. You know, kind of one other coach that we were thinking might be either retiring or might get let go is Pete Carroll. You know, so we were kind of talking about that earlier. You know, we've heard rumors prior to everything going in that some changes will be made there. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what all happens. You know, Broncos are dealing with some other stuff too with, like, I guess someone was relative of like a grandpa who owned, you know, Broncos. They wanted to buy back in and the judge wouldn't allow it, or I don't know, something's going on. So Broncos have a lot of stuff going on. So it'll be interesting to see who they pick up. I think
you missed the Dolphins coach got fired too, and he's a very good coach.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, so he's gonna get picked up very fast.
Oh yeah.
I hope so.
and I kind of like the Vikings in my opinion. Him going to the Vikings.
Yeah. 3 of these that Devin said surprised the hell out of me because, well, I guess 2 of them. Sorry, 2 of them. Vic for Broncos because coming into this season, I thought the Broncos were going to be the bottom tier.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody thought they were going to do what they were going to do. They were like playoff contenders. So for him to coach that team and actually win games for them, like why are they firing him? And it could be because of Devin's whole thing. Like they got some background stuff going on. So it could be because of that. But still, like for them to be a contender for the playoffs with what they have,
Sorry.
I mean, he must have been doing something right. And then the second one that surprises the hell out of me is Matt for the Bears. And that's only because they have such a young quarterback.
Dude,
Why wouldn't they give him a chance to coach him?
He's only been coached from them for like 2 years.
Exactly,
Because
so-
he came in the season before as I could be way off on this, but I believe this is only like his second season.
I don't think it was very long. They had
or third maybe.
Lovey Smith or whatever for a long time, which I don't know when he was done, but still, like they drafted that young quarterback Justin Fields. So why don't they give him a chance to like give him an extra year?
I thought they had a pretty good off season, the Bears.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
That's kinda, I
Like,
was-
Yeah.
I mean, and he was the guy that set that up for him. So give him a chance to actually make them good.
Yeah. You know, so it'll be interesting to see how coaching situation plays out. You know,
Yeah.
I know there's been rumors, there's been several teams by the sounds of it now that's been reaching out to Harbaugh at Michigan. Now he just signed an extension, so it'll be interesting.
It was like
to
a
see.
4-year or 5-year.
5-year extension. So
And last year at this point in time, people were calling for his job.
yeah,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And now he's
yeah.
Real quick, is Mike Tomlin the best coach of all time?
Honestly,
Dude.
I can't argue
Dude.
that he's not.
Dude,
It's
he's
hard
so
for me to say that
underrated.
he's not.
He's like underrated, but he's not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
but
it's just
Matt LaFleur is 4th year as head coach. 10 games won at all 4 years that he's been a head coach. So
really.
he could
Yeah.
keep that. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers leaves, maybe
Right.
not. But Mike Tomlin is at 14 years of a winning record.
That's true.
So that totally out.
I also really
the-
like Rams
the way
quarterback.
they were
But-
this season. How they, I don't
Or,
know. The fact that they made the playoffs this season,
yeah. Dude.
incredible.
back to you. What's the ultimate goal? Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
What does he have?
Yep.
One.
Yeah, I think
I think
just
he has
one.
one.
Probably a
And you got
second.
Belichick sitting
Probably
there,
a
so it's
second.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
That's a good point.
Definitely in the
As far as
tops.
Pete Carroll, though,
He's done.
what do you
Get
guys
him
think?
out. Get him out.
He's done.
I think he's
Seattle-
done. Yeah.
Seattle has fallen from grace, and
They just need a change of pace. I
Oh,
think.
yeah. 100%.
Like we were talking. I think he's like 73 years old.
Yeah. So he's super old.
does that really matter though?
I think it does, though. He doesn't have the energy. He can't
He
travel
looks-
around to
he-
every single.
He looks good though.
Yeah, no,
for-
he gets up. He gets pumped, dude.
Devin and I were talking.
He
to him.
actually said in an interview, he's like, I feel almost
I would
better
put
than ever.
Saban older than him, but
Yeah, no, we were talking.
Saban's younger by like
I-
a year or two. But
If I would have saw him just in a picture, I would have guessed like
50s.
older 50s, younger 60s. I wouldn't have guessed he's 63.
Yeah.
But no, I think he retires. I don't think it's a whole
Yeah.
you're fired, get the hell out of here thing. I think it's
mutual-
it's a
a
tribute.
mutual.
Like get out of here. Like they cheer for him, applause. Like thank you for all you've done.
but
And he retires.
most directly, please leave.
Yeah, exactly. But
So-
and they try to keep Russell. Like how do you not try to keep Russell?
Yeah.
Get him involved with the coaching decisions so they can keep him there and he's happy.
Yeah. That's definitely what I think. We'll jump into the YouTube comments quick. Garrett asked, is being able to pay college players going to be a disadvantage for Alabama? I'm assuming that's the recruiting aspect. I would say no.
They probably have the biggest.
They're gonna be
salary
that's
they
gonna
could
be a
pay out.
bigger reason because you're gonna have a bigger name at Alabama than you would at.
Oh, 1,000%.
So you're gonna make-
1,000%.
You can market yourself a lot
You're gonna
better being
market
at
yourself
Alabama.
a lot
So
better.
I
Did
think
you-
if anything that just separates it even more.
Oh yeah.
Eastern Michigan was offering like $300K to a quarterback to come play for him.
Holy.
Naming like
Hey, listen, man.
It's like 300,000.
I got a
Like
strong
boosters and
arm.
stuff. Yeah.
You're like, hey, how would you like
Yeah.
to come play? Or he
I
was
got a
entering-
strong
I
arm.
think-
I'm very young.
he
It's
was
gonna
entering the
change.
tr-
It's gonna change football.
I'm
for
out
sure.
here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out
Yeah.
here.
The
Yeah.
big schools
Not
are just
Alabama.
gonna. The little schools just don't even have a chance anymore. Almost.
Great question though, Garrett.
No, that is a great question. I don't think it affects him though because it was Bryce Young who didn't play a snap
And already had $2 million.
and already made $2 million off of this.
Yeah.
Didn't play a
Saying-
snap.
Never-
Wait, you're saying it won't affect it?
It won't affect Alabama.
Alabama.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Alabama.
It will affect college, but not.
People are gonna still want to come there, even if they weren't getting paid, and because you see all these people going to Dion. Like, there's a few.
Basketball attack we're jumping over
Oh,
to.
all right, come
The
on.
time
I
up.
like
We're
that.
trying to
I
trying to
like
keep this on.
Just cut us off. 'cause
Yeah,
that
cut us
that
off.
10-minute
Yep.
session
Yep,
was
here.
20.
So, all right. We're going to jump into the NBA now.
I'll sit back here.
So, with just kind of starting to watch more and more of it as we're losing games to watch for football, the Bulls have been impressing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Impressive. Like it's
DeMar
been
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
Holy.
he has gone off.
Yes.
In Colton last week saying like, "Oh, DeMar DeRozan, if he was on any other team, DeMar DeRozan on the Bulls
He has
is
like a
He should
perfect.
be in the
resurgence
MVP.
in
He
the
top-
should be.
Top 5.
No, he is in the top 5 right
Yes.
now. He has to be.
Now, just to hit my next bullet point on this, is LeBron James still in conversation, even though being at a number 7, I think they're 7, or they might have been up to 6 now. As a team, now he's been going off. He's been playing ridiculous.
He's playing well. I think
Yeah,
he's the
up there.
second.
He's still up there.
I think he's second for points scored right now.
Yep. So I could see for like talking MVP talk, LeBron James gets it if he can get his team up into like third.
See, that's the thing. If he starts winning games, he'll definitely be up there. But right now, with them being a 500 team, not even, I think they're 20-21 right now. I just don't see him in there. He's top 10 for sure.
So looking at it, if they win, they have to go. I can't remember. I was doing the math though. To get up there, that they gotta count a couple losses on the other team that might not happen. But he could if he goes like 75, 100. It's like he could move game wise, and this is where he starts going off.
Yeah.
And we've already seen it with him how he's been playing.
Definitely.
So.
And this is an absolute long shot. But what about that sophomore in Memphis, John Morant? They're on an 11-game win streak right now.
10-game win streak. Dude, 10 games.
He's averaging almost
And
25
you
a
guys see
game.
that block?
Oh
That
my God.
double.
Dude, he might be the most athletic
That could
guy in the world.
And this is his second year, and he's
Yes.
doing what he's doing.
Did you remember the Shannon Brown block? It
Yeah.
ended up being a foul, and it was like Kobe and all them like going like that.
Oh, yeah,
John
dude, I
Morant,
do.
I think got even higher than that, and he did it with two.
Literally,
hands.
his head was over the rim.
Yeah.
No, and not even just like the athleticism, but he can score.
Yes, he's
He's such a
20 almost
playmaker,
25 a
bro.
game.
Yeah.
But dude, even him, I think he's up right around LeBron in the MVP race. He's got to be.
I don't know about that. That's why
Come
it
on.
was a long
Come
shot.
on.
He's top 10 right now. I don't know.
Top
if he's
10.
LeBron,
LeBron is like in
Who
my
would be
eyes.
like your top 5? Like if you had to throw 5 players.
top
names.
5 in no order: KD, Steph, LeBron, DeMar.
So
Top
he-
5.
Giannis, KD, Nikola, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan.
I think I did 4, but yeah,
Yeah.
Jokic would be my 5th.
Curry's knocking himself out. He's not been shooting well the last few games.
Yeah,
But that's just the last few games. I mean,
He was
got
hot
half of
earlier.
the, you still got half the season.
Hurt that, you think? I mean, he's
I
played
don't
2
know
games
if it
now.
hurt him. I think the week it hurt him. So like maybe this week it hurts him just because Clay's trying to come back and
they're trying
still
to get him the ball.
yeah, and still say like, hey, I'm still one of the top shooting guards in the league. So maybe he's taking some more from Steph this week. But once they start getting into the flow of things, I think Steph comes right around and like, all right, dude.
But real quick,
Give me the
this is
ball.
what I was trying to tell you guys about. Clay's return. Draymond Green played 2 seconds of the game because he wanted to be on the court for Klay Thompson's first possession. Instantly walks over, fouls the guy, sits the rest of the game. Some dude won $50K off of all unders from Draymond Green because he found out Draymond was going to be playing, but only 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And DraftKings is trying not to pay him now.
What?
And then everyone's like, if people bet overs on Draymond,
Yeah.
they 1,000% take the money for the overs because they lost.
Yeah, of course.
But some dude won $50K,
So they're
off of-
trying to,
so they're
Oh,
trying
because
not
you
to pay
think-
him.
dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like,
DraftKings,
it's
dude,
like if you
get
guys
the
make so
fuck
much
outta
fucking
here.
money, it's not even funny.
Get-
So.
They would take the money
Give him the money.
for the overs if they
Sorry
lost.
that this guy was doing his research and
Yes,
he's so
exactly.
smart about the game that he knew that was going to happen.
Or
Like,
he's best friends with Draymond. But
even so, like,
Yeah, could have a in by knowing something or like that.
But
But,
still,
like,
I
he
think he needs to
bet
get paid
the
out.
lines. Yeah. Oh, give him the money. He bet the lines. Like it's fair. It's right on here. You bet it,
was
you
one
win
of
it.
the most wild things I've ever seen because it was the other team knew that Draymond was doing this. Just
Yeah.
fouled, instantly walked over to the bench, sat.
Do you think Draymond wins Defensive Player of the Year? I know he's the top person right now. Like
Yeah.
you look on DraftKings and he's like minus odds for decent. I don't think he does.
If he keeps going, who's taking it?
Gobert, Rudy Gobert.
I mean, if Draymond, it was just a hamstring issue, so it was nothing major. I think he takes it home.
Really? Dang, that's crazy. Gobert's got like 14 rebounds with 2.5 blocks compared to Draymond's 10 rebounds and 1 block.
I don't know, but I mean, he's so locked down. People shooting percentages, same for
True.
Gobert, but
Yeah, I guess maybe he has more steals than Gobert. I didn't look at that stat, but
yeah. Well, do you want to get into the matchups over kind of next week? I kind of wrote down some kind of key matchups that are over the next week until all the way through next Wednesday. Just kind of looking at teams that are currently sitting in playoff contention, basically, or just barely sitting out, and key wins. So that's kind of what made me pick some of these games. Like the first one I got is Thursday night. Hey, you got Golden State versus the Bucks. You got probably two of the best scorers right now with Steph, and even when he hasn't been shooting the greatest, and then the big guy for Bucks.
Giannis.
Yeah. So that should be an interesting because that's kind of two
That
different
will
styles
be a good
of play.
game. It is.
I don't even
They're
know which way
1,000.
to lean. Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards Golden State. They do have like a 2-game losing streak right now, I think.
And the Bucks just lost to the Pistons.
And the Bucks just lost into the Pistons. But I think I'm leaning more Golden State just because they do have Clay back, and they're just finding their mojo, and they're gonna come out and just have fun with this game. Like they're the top in the seed. They're just gonna go out, and I think they win.
Is it at the Oracle or is it at?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Golden State.
Oh yeah, so
Then I gotta lean towards
they're
Golden
they're
State.
trying to prove that they're still like the number 1 team in the league right now.
Yeah.
So I think they take it.
Yeah, they're still fighting. They're getting close to being able to take over that number one slot. So I think, I'm leaning towards that. I mean, I kind of will listen and watch a little bit more to see
Then
Yeah.
they
if
go
anything
right
changes.
to the Bulls on Friday.
Yes, I do have that
It's tough.
matchup. So
Right after.
yeah,
That's what this
That is
Wow.
tough.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I do. Yep.
that's the Friday. The other Friday game I had listed on here too is Boston versus 76ers. I think right now is it where are they at?
I really like the 76ers.
So do I. And Boston has just been in these past couple of weeks just been letting it
Dude,
down.
yeah. They're like
Yeah.
a 500 team. They're so
Yes.
disappointing this year. They have the talent, so I don't know what's happening. They have the
Yeah.
76ers are on a 7-game win streak right now. Like they're on fire.
Yeah, depending on how the I think the Knicks are playing tonight, and depending on how they play, they
Yeah.
could jump in and knock. If Boston loses, that Knicks jumping in, Boston's jumping it out.
Yeah.
So
And,
And
they're
the
really
Knicks-
not impressing me.
The Knicks just beat the Celtics like 3 games ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
RJ
yeah.
Barrett hit the game winner.
Yeah, RJ was going
And
off, dude.
He's averaging like 26 over his last 9.
Yeah,
Or 24 over his last
That
9.
dude, RJ's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
But 76ers, if you're trying to bet on this, I don't know what the spread is, but go 76ers.
it's hard to find NBA lines early because of just how much changes between night to night.
Yeah.
But like Caleb was saying, Golden State going to Bulls Friday night. Now I think that's home too for them because it's Golden State versus the Bulls, so it's got to be at Golden State. So they get to stay home for both games, so other teams are traveling in. But to go play the Bucks or have the Bucks come in and then turn around and play the Bulls, who are even the better, they're the number 1
Yeah.
team on their
Yeah.
side right now.
And
So
I picked the Bulls.
I lean Bulls this
I'm
one.
leaning Bulls just because, dude, the Bulls, they just got it figured out.
Dude, they're
Their
rocking
team
and rolling
chemistry-
right now for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
Just with DeMar.
The
and
team chemistry is just insane over there.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch the ball movement. It's so fun to watch the Bulls right now.
Yeah.
But I know I was just high on Golden State, but yeah, dude, it's just the Bulls, man.
Yeah. So I'm definitely in Bulls, 76ers, and like I said, we gotta kind of wait to see what lines are before we're gonna actually place any bets. I know we're not trying to make this only a sports betting podcast, but that's what I guess my whole point of watching NBA is to
Yeah.
bet money. So
Try to win that money. I'm
Uh,
looking forward to this next game you got here.
the Mavericks versus Grizzlies on
Oh,
Friday.
yeah. They're both on hot streaks.
Grizzlies by
dude.
a mile though, dude.
Dude, they're on hot streaks. Grizzlies are at a 10-game win streak. Mavericks 6-game win streak. So they're
And
both hot. Like this
Ma-
is gonna be a high-scoring game.
And as we're doing this, I mean it's still first quarter, but Knicks are up 30-21 over the Mavericks right now.
Really,
Yeah. Now it's
Wow.
early. It's still
it's
first
still
quarter.
early,
you're
but
talking.
man, I don't know. This is gonna be a good game. I think I'm on the Grizzlies side too,
Yeah.
though, for sure. Just the way they've been playing. That's another team that I think the chemistry there.
Oh yeah.
It's just
And
put
they're
together,
all
dude.
So
They're so young. Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, who's another one? Brunson, I think. Jalen Brunson's
Desmond
on.
Bain.
Desmond
He's been
Bain.
turning.
Desmond
he's been
Bain,
turning
dude.
on, too.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy. Actually, fun fact for you, real quick.
This is gonna
Take a
be
little pause.
fun.
It's gonna be fun. My buddy Shea Ingles played against Desmond Bain in high school.
That is fun.
Very fun.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, probably not fun for Shay. But
Oh no, he said it wasn't that great because he tore up. But yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's
The
sick.
team chemistry there is just on fire, dude.
So who you taking in?
I'm taking Grizzlies,
That's
dude.
me. I'm taking Grizzlies all day. Moving on next, I got for Saturday is Raptors versus Bucks. I really don't know much about the Raptors, so I but I
Not
see
great.
Nothing good.
Yeah, they're
Bucks.
1,000% Bucks. I think
Yeah.
this is a big
oh,
go the spread. Whatever the spread is, I don't care what it is. Just do it.
Yeah.
If it's a lot of points.
I mean, I see
Even
Rap-
if it's, I
How
think they
much is
beat them
too
by like
much?
12. I mean, if it's 12, go for it.
yeah. So, I just kind of threw that in there because Raptors are in.
Hey, you know,
in-
Raptors aren't doing bad, honestly.
No.
I thought they
They're
would be
over
doing
500.
worse. Yeah, I thought they would be one of the bottom teams.
But for winning the championship 2 years
dude,
ago,
Fred
That's the
Van
crazy
Fleet-
thing. Like every time I look at them, it's like, what happened in that?
Lost.
Kawhi
They
left.
got
Why?
Yeah, they lost Kawhi. Siakam's still doing, you know,
But
Siakam.
he was like
He was
on the
yes.
yeah, he was on
He
the
kind
up.
of he did go down. Now Fred Van Fleet,
Yeah. Kyle Lowry he replaced Kyle Lowry.
dude.
without a
Fred
hitch.
Van Fleet is a scorer. He's getting like three pointers per game, and
It was like he had a kid. He had this kid last year, and then after he had his kid, he was averaging like 24 a game.
oh yeah. So he must be just trying to show off, but no, Fred Van Fleet he's a baller. He's a baller.
All right, next game on my lineup here is 76ers versus the Heat. I don't really have a feel of which way I would want to lean.
I think this is gonna be a good game.
I think it'll be a good
I
game
like-
overall.
I want to say Heat.
Do
this
you?
one,
I-
dude.
No.
They have
I actually think Heat is doing better this year than
I
the
can't-
76ers.
they have Duncan Robinson.
Tyler Heroes is a
Coming-
really good
coming
favorite
off
for
the
six
bench.
man.
Yeah, both of them
Duncan and Tyler?
coming off the bench.
Wow.
And they scored. I think Duncan might have just got dropped down from the starting lineup, but they
Yeah.
scored a couple nights ago, 61 combined. Hero had
the
like,
two of them
Hero had
off the
34
bench.
and Duncan Robinson at 27
Off
off
the
bench.
oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for them because Duncan being out of Michigan, like hell yeah, that's awesome to
And
see. You know,
Tyler's 22 years
Tyler
old.
being so young, like I'm a big Tyler fan. I like Hero.
But
I think he's gonna be
again,
good.
76ers.
With
I-
that being said, I'm still gonna ride the 76ers with them being on that big 7-game win streak. I think they kind of keep it riding. And I do think they're a better team. They got more put together. I know Ben Simmons is in the background with all that drama, but I think
That
they're going to
is-
just try to prove that they're still, like, we don't need him.
That Ben Simmons thing is ridiculous.
Talk louder.
Me? I'm not even talking, Garrett. I leave this one to the other pros.
All right, we'll jump into Lakers versus Nuggets on Saturday.
Dude, this is a good one, too.
That's
These
tough.
Devin, you're putting some
if
tough ones
if
down,
Lakers
dude.
win this, it jumps them to number 6 after this matchup.
What
You're
did they
putting some
lose?
tough ones
What are
down.
they? They're at 7. You said.
Yes, they're at 7 right now. So this is another spot up.
How far behind's the 8th? Like if they lost, how
right.
many games up would they be from falling out of it?
Let me go back in. I had looked at this earlier.
What do you
So-
think?
so
it was
let's
Lakers.
hear it.
It was Lakers versus who?
Nuggets.
Nuggets are right now sitting in the 6th spot, so that's one thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nuggets are technically better than Lakers record-wise.
Yeah, they're 20 and 19, where Lakers are 21 and 20.
Yeah,
And they
so
played-
technically, the Nuggets are, I think, what is it, 2 spots or 1 spot now?
One, so it's
One
that
spot.
One
It's
game.
like literally
they're
those
the
two.
same. It's literally gonna come down
That's
to
gonna
that game.
be
For
a really good
Wow.
game. This is, I know I said, LeBron's in the top 10 MVP wise, but it's kind of like this guy's in LeBron's in the MVP contention and Nicola's in the
Jokic.
MVP contention. So like, what are they gonna do against each other with them being like so close
That's
to
tough.
But
I got-
eighth
the
is
last
right
spot.
there because
Yeah.
it's the who is it? The Clippers? Yeah, Clippers at 21 and 21. So they're only a game behind two there,
Wow.
or
What do
half
you-
a game really.
Me personally, I think I'm gonna ride with Lakers, dude. I think
I
it's
like
their
that too.
time to turn around and prove like, hey,
Like,
we
it's-
got the talent.
But it's like it's scary time. It's
Oh
hey,
yeah, like
we got to start going,
it's
or it's gonna be
mid-season.
too
Like
late.
yeah,
So
dude,
so
hell yeah.
as we were talking earlier about the MVP and where Lakers, they are 7 games to get into third.
7
only
games
7
getting to-
behind the third.
Only 7?
Yep.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean, they pull off a couple wins here and there, and then the other people start losing. It's
Well, there's gonna be a lot of matchups between towards the end of. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be towards the end there. Lakers got to continue to win games.
That's
No,
what I'm
dude.
saying. Now is scary time. Like, you got to start turning on if you want to start climbing.
I'm leaning more towards Lakers just because I think they do have the talent. I know I've heard rumors that they're trying to get rid of Russ because he brings the whole dynamic down, which has basically been wherever he's at, Russ brings it down. Like, I don't know what the hell he's doing at these teams, but anyway, they do have Russ, they do have Anthony Davis, and a potential MVP. I'm not going to say he is because he's
Carmelo Anthony.
in Carmelo Anthony, but but they do. They have these old vets who are at the end of the year like, dude, let's make it to the fucking playoffs because this is going to be one of our last seasons. So I think they just that factor alone, they're going to start winning, and I'm going to put them ahead of the Nuggets at this game.
I got to go with the Nuggets.
You
just,
are,
Just because you're old doesn't mean you're going to win the game.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's true though.
So we're gonna kind of do speed round for these next few, just so that way we can jump to the next topic and we're not running too long. Hornets, Knicks. Who you got?
Knicks,
Hornets,
I like Hornets. Timberwolves,
hell?
Knicks.
Knicks,
Knicks.
I want Timberwolves.
I'm going Knicks.
Nets, Wizards.
Nets.
Hornets, Celtics.
Hornets.
Hornets,
Raptor versus Mavericks.
Mavs.
Mavs all day. Grizzlies, Bucks.
Bucks.
Oh, Bucks.
I think Bucks too. Clippers, Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Yep.
All right, so there was only one game in there where we're like,
Just kind of just had to kind of do that. Otherwise, we'll be here for an hour
Yeah,
and a
that's
half
all right.
yeah,
again.
you didn't
so,
hit your button. You didn't stop us.
So, well, the next topic's still basketball. So we just hit that shot and jump into the college basketball.
Man,
Right
there's so much I
now,
want to talk about right
oh,
now.
Big 10, SEC, and Big 12 all have 5 teams in the top 25.
That's
no.
ridiculous. That's awesome.
We
That is
talked
sick.
last
That's
week,
awesome.
and SEC had
7?
7 in.
Yeah.
And-
so what
and
happened
so-
there? Were they like
There
SEC
has been some
matchups?
conference because like
Okay,
Alabama's
yeah.
about out of the top 25, but they just
they
played
were
like
24? I couldn't believe it. They're number 24
yeah,
right now.
they just lost to Auburn, who's like number 4, and it was a
Dang.
close game. And but again, school rivalry
right,
there.
but still, how? So Auburn with being number 4 and it's a close game. How do they jump down to all the way down? to
They
number
also
24?
lost to Memphis, I believe.
Okay, which
and-
I think they're pretty solid.
Memphis,
Who just beat Baylor?
Texas.
Texas.
Was it
Tech or
Texas
something?
Tech?
Texas
Okay.
Tech.
I
Yep.
was thinking of
Yep.
Wow.
I had that on here. So yeah, first loss to Texas Tech, and then also USC just got their first loss too, I think.
Yeah, right here, Baylor, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I have that on there, but because it was like down to like Baylor, and I think USC was also one of the teams that like was still undefeated in the top 25.
Right.
And now I don't think there's
Wow.
any top 25 team that is
Really?
No, there's not.
undefeated.
That's
They've
So-
got 1 or 2 losses.
Yeah. So kind of when I was trying to find matchups for these and stuff, it's just hard because there's not a ton of matchups right now going on inside the top 25, and then you get some that are like 21 versus like 25, and I just didn't think they were gonna be very good games. So I kind
Yeah,
of
these are going to be fun matches.
these few games that I did find though should be interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to watch these games.
Tomorrow you get in conference with Ohio State versus Wisconsin,
Oh, that'd
both
be a great game.
ranked.
I'm
think
leaning
so.
more towards Wisconsin. What about you, Devin?
See, I'm actually thinking Ohio State.
I like Wisconsin.
They've actually been impressing me like last few games, and
Yeah.
I haven't watched the whole game, so I guess I don't know how they're playing consistently like
Yeah.
throughout the whole game. But the highlights and stuff that I've seen of them are ridiculous. So
Ohio State.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm just leaning more with Wisconsin wise. I think they got a better defense. And Johnny Davis, dude. Johnny Davis for Wisconsin. He's leading like every single stat for Wisconsin. I think he's a big guy, but like every single stat he's leading. Rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, points, everything, dude. I think he's going to tear up Ohio State. I don't know.
Yeah, Johnny Davis.
It'll be a close game.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
22.3 points a game. Should be a good game either way. I think this was going to be a big game for Ohio State in general. And that's kind of why I'm leaning towards them
Yeah.
right now. But I could see Wisconsin is the better team currently, so I could really see them.
Just kind of
Win.
rolling with it.
Yeah. We'll move into Saturday was the next kind of good game that I could find, and this is an SEC matchup of Tennessee versus Kentucky. I really don't have a feel of. I haven't really watched. I've watched Kentucky a little bit, and I haven't watched Tennessee too much. which they're fairly, I would think, fairly close. Looking at what like ESPN is projecting wise and stuff.
They are close. Kentucky's at 12-3 right now. Tennessee's at 10-4.
11-4. I got them at
11-4. So
I would.
I mean,
I
the
would
record
say,
wise is close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Kentucky's gonna take it just based on.
I'm thinking the same thing, and that's strictly on past years. Like Kentucky
Has
has been outstanding, man.
Yeah.
And I think their big guy, he's averaging 16 rebounds per game in college. 16 rebounds dude. So I think he's just gonna tear up, be that solid defensive player who doesn't allow Tennessee to score, and they just turn around and they have enough playmakers who can score. I think that guy's averaging actually like 12 or 15 points.
He's
So-
17 points a game. He's averaging.
And 16
So
boards.
17,
16
like
boards.
16 boards. So it's like that guy alone is gonna just.
He's got to be giving teams like foul trouble. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
if you're
I-
getting that many,
I don't know
rebounds,
how big that man is, but like
if you're grabbing 16 boards.
if you're grabbing 16 boards, scoring 17
6'9",
points,
255.
are you? He's only 6'9".
Okay.
Dude, that man's working. He's fucking working. But no, just that work ethic, and I think they have enough scores around him that they're gonna kind of take over the Tennessee game and I think they win that.
Yeah. So we'll do Purdue versus Illinois on Monday. Another Big Ten matchup here. I like Purdue.
Dude, that'll be fun. Gabby, what are you saying over here, dude?
Yeah, what
I
do
got
you
nothing, dude. I got nothing.
So I think Purdue should handle this.
I got Purdue too.
I mean, but I think Illinois has been kind of running a hot streak. I think that's how they just got in.
Yeah,
And
they have been.
ESPN's even throwing a prediction of 62% for Illinois.
They both.
Wow.
I mean, they're close in record wise. Again, record doesn't really matter, but
So
I still got Purdue. They're big guy, dude.
yeah, another big guy.
Zach Edey, is that his name? Zach Edey?
No, for Illinois,
Yeah, their
it's
center.
Cockburn. That's a shitty last name. That's,
No,
literally,
no.
that's literally what it is. Cockburn.
I'm looking at the other one, dude. The big white dude.
Oh, well, this dude that for Illinois, he's averaging 22 points a
for
game,
Purdue, sorry,
and,
Purdue.
and then 12.5.
Yeah.
boards.
Cockburn. Yeah. No, he's crazy. Like he's doing really
I
well
think
for
he's
Illinois.
gonna burn the defense.
He's gonna burn their cocks.
That's definitely getting dropped. That's a sound drop.
No. I'm going Purdue though.
I'm going Purdue.
I'm going Purdue just because they do. It is Purdue who has Zach Edey, and that man is like 7'6", 7'6",
Taco Fall.
300 pounds. Yeah, he played for Purdue, didn't he?
No, UCF.
Oh yeah. It was a black and gold team. But no, Zach Edey, 7'6". That man is just tearing up this year. He's doing really well, and that's another one like where I said for Kentucky, their big guy. He's gonna stop him. Purdue, Zach Edey, he's just gonna go in there, stop him. He's gonna be that defensive guy who Illinois can't score around him.
Yeah, I didn't get any like Big 10 Big 12 matchups. 'Cause the last game I got on here was next Wednesday, probably when we're recording this podcast, is LSU versus Alabama, another in-conference game. This could, if Alabama loses this one, it knocks them out of the top 25.
Wow. And was that
Yeah.
their big thing? Alabama was trying to be.
They were the they were in like the top
Dude,
5,
yeah,
I
they
think,
were,
at one
they
point.
were up there.
And weren't we just talking about this? Or Alabama's really pushing their basketball program so they can be a two-sport school rather
Mhm.
than.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Well, and LSU is obviously doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The whole SEC is behind a big push to be two-sport conference. You know, they want to be a
Yeah.
two-sport
They're
conference.
trying to go on their own. They're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
I think
So-
these are two like completely different play style teams. With Alabama,
They just shoot the three.
they got two really, really good guards who are out there just balling. They both get like 15 points a game, like 6 assists a game, and they're strictly like a 3-and-D team. I think they have 3 people right now who are on the verge of 100 threes for the season.
You know it's
Holy
a
crap.
different completely style when your guard is getting you most boards at almost
Yeah.
7 boards a game.
Wow.
So like, yeah, Alabama, like they have 3 people, almost 100 3-points a game, and we're halfway through this season. And then LSU, they have their 2 forwards. So they're 2 forwards who are just down low, big dudes, getting rebounds, scoring their points. So that's like the old school ball.
Grit and grind.
Grit and
down
grind.
low.
Yep. So I gotta take Alabama, just being an Alabama fan, but it might be the wrong move.
No, I'm going LSU. LSU is 14-1, I believe, and then Alabama's ranked 24 at like 12-4 or something like that.
But yeah, like Devin was saying, if they lose, they're out of top 25.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that LSU comes in here and just they play that grit and grind ball, stop them from shooting threes. Their defense is better.
Yeah.
Statistically, they're better, and they just get because they're fighting for like the number 1 seed right now. I mean, they're top 10 right now, but technically they should be up higher. They're 14-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I think LSU comes in and just kind of takes away that game.
All right. Switching over, we got hockey going now. So like I had said in our other podcast, if you're watching hockey right now, it's kind of exciting because every game has been getting an average of about 7 points a game, which I remember watching about 5 years ago, and you'd be lucky to get 3 points a game.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, holy crap, they scored 2.
I mean, the
thing
skill level with the puck right now is
yeah.
just
oh my god,
ridiculous.
dude! I've seen people grab their fucking puck and just like
I
Did-
mean,
have
the
hold
trick
it in their
shotters are
puck and
crazy.
like, go behind their back.
The-
I'm like, what
I think
is going on?
Ovechkin scored earlier this year. He was behind the net, picked it up on a
And
stick,
it-
and
and
threw it
passed
over,
it in,
and the
dude.
guy
and
hit
it
it.
bounced off the goalie's jersey.
No,
It went in.
dude, I've seen it where they actually score that though.
Yeah. He went up and over, and it left his stick early, but it bounced off the
Dude.
goalie. The goalie was
Wow.
in the process
Yeah,
that he was
I mean-
watching, and then he went to turn to like he thought Ovechkin was gonna take it
Yeah.
out the other way, and as in that process of like transitioning, he knocked
No,
it in
dude.
himself.
Wow.
These young kids coming in and just the stuff they can do with the stick and the puck, they're
crazy.
just coming in like there's adding a whole new
I mean,
level to
the
this
NHL
game.
is just
Next,
completely changing. right
Dude,
now.
it's
Ju-
just,
just
less
for the better.
hits,
For the better, though.
yeah,
less hits. They're
Dude,
trying to
yeah, it's
limit
so
them.
fighting
hard
staying
on
down.
defense. It's so hard on defense.
Mhm.
Like like you were saying.
mean,
I mean,
with-
it's averaging 7
with
points.
more calls now and stuff, they're trying to eliminate this stuff and leads to more power plays, which is going to lead to more scores. So I think it is like Drake said. I think it's for the better.
Oh
No.
yeah, like fans want to watch
and there's
high
still
scoring
fights.
games.
They still allow fights.
Now, one thing that they got to
So good.
adjust
So good.
personally over in the NFL is the 3-on-3 overtime.
NHL.
Oh, because of NHL. Just because right now it's becoming a game of keep away. Because basically, if you get a fast break, that person's gonna score because of the puck play right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
And so it's overtimes are almost boring to watch because it's just a big game of keep away. You just try to hang on to the puck,
Yeah.
and then at the last possible second you go down and try to score, or knowing that if the other team steals it or something, they don't have enough time to try to get a good shot.
That's
So
such a hard thing because it's such a staple.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The overtime.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well,
to change
It
Dude,
that.
used to be
is, yeah.
4-on-4, or so normally you have 5-on-5 if it's normal, and then a 4-on-4 is what original overtime rules was. Well, there was just not enough games being solved with 4-on-4, so they're like, okay, let's cut down the 3-on-3,
It'll get
and we'll have more goals. Well, yeah,
Now there's too many.
yeah, it's basically teams are like, well, if I just hang on to the puck and we just pass it back and forth in the back, and then okay, hey, finally there's a minute left. All right, let's make an attack. And then go make an attack and shoot. And then we miss, but the other team only has 10 seconds to try to get all the way up ice and get a shot off. It's not gonna be a good shot. So that's stuff that they're trying to figure out how. They've talked. I've heard rumors of like almost shot clock type. Like you have because overtime is normally like 5 minutes. So it's like okay, you have a minute to get your shot off in. Once
think that
once
would be
it's been
good.
solid.
yeah. That sounds.
I
So-
think that would be good.
That way it forces a little bit back and forth a little bit
Yeah.
more. Or
Dude, can you imagine being a keeper right now? Or
Yeah,
a goalie?
There's
Yeah.
still some very incredible goalies out there.
Yeah.
right now,
But no, can you imagine being one of them though? That's just like just getting in a league like that is just the way
Yeah.
that people move the stick and the puck right now. It's just
Yeah.
stupid.
But at that, in a couple of years, goalies will be seeing those.
Yeah,
shots
I guess
coming
they'll
out.
be
They'll
evolved
just
to it.
go-
Evolution,
they'll get
man.
used- Yeah,
They'll be
exactly.
evolved to
Same
it.
thing, yeah.
yeah, there's probably some little kid out there somewhere that can just stop everything already.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause he's gonna
like
see
they're prac-
everything coming at him.
They're
Yeah.
gonna practice everything.
Well, if you're looking at watching like games, some of the top teams to watch are Florida Panthers, and then Tampa Bay Lightning, Carolina Hurricanes, Nashville Predators, and New York Rangers are like the top 5 team overall. Now, it's a point system for the NHL, if you don't know, and right now sitting tied for first is Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay, Hurricane, Nashville, and Rangers are all tied at 3 points back. So the way the point system works, just for anyone that's not familiar with it, 2 points for a win, 1 point for an overtime loss, and nothing for a regular loss. So realistically, they basically got a game and a half on kind of like that aspect, a game and a half on the 3rd through 5th right now, first and second.
2 teams I'm surprised are not in there, or they're probably going to be in there. The Avalanche and Maple Leafs.
Avalanche has been kind of impressive because
they're 22-8 right now, and they're one of the higher scoring.
They got some
teams.
young talent. Like we were just talking about the young. They have a couple of them that.
And they're one of the high scoring teams. They have like 143 goals.
It was like
compared to 109, like plus 34 goal against ratio, which is one of the better in the NHL.
Yeah.
And same for the Maple Leafs. They're sitting at 116 to 86, which is plus 30 goal against ratio. And I mean, they're not a high scoring team, but their defense is just crazy right now. Like that. I mean, their goalie's obviously doing what he's supposed to do.
So if we got time, I'm going to elevate from a fun fact to a fun story.
Okay.
If we got time. So it's about the Stanley Cup. Tampa Bay Lightning just won it this previous year. I was doing a job, just a tent up in Big Rapids. And there was a guy from Big Rapids, went to Big Rapids High School, who's like the media director for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
No.
Had the Stanley Cup for 2 days, was flying
I think I heard this
to
story.
Big Rapids, and they're going to have it there. And they're going to do this big thing at Buffalo Wild Wings, Stanley Cup. He comes down with COVID.
No.
So they can't.
Dude.
He'd never got
So you didn't get to see the Stanley
No.
Cup, Daryl?
No. So, and then he couldn't even come back. and the
Dude, that
Stanley
would have been
Cup never
so
came.
cool. Like, even if you had a picture just next to it, that would have been
But-
badass.
And then it was like Buffalo Wild Wings was like furious at him
Because
because they had advertised the Stanley Cup being there, and then they couldn't do it.
then they couldn't do it.
So, we'll
That is
jump
funny.
through some games just that I'm kind of be paying attention to, watching. We'll kind of do to keep this rolling. We'll do speed round with these two. We won't really get into them. So, Garrett's offering $5 if you finish your beer.
Oh, come on.
$5 to the channel.
Sure.
To the channel, Garrett.
Let's go. Chug, 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 chug.
Thought we were just gonna sit in silence.
All right, speed
Let's
round.
go.
Speed round with these
All right,
games.
come on,
If
crack another
anyone
one.
wants to
Crack
jump
another
in.
one.
Ready?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Ready, set. Jets or Red Wings?
Wings are due.
Wings
Yeah,
are due.
wings
That
are
OT
due.
loss for the Sharks, they're
one.
coming back.
And you got a crying emoji out of that.
Laughing.
Oh,
Or
Look at
laughing, laughing, crying emoji.
Here's another one. Chug, chug, chug.
All right, Penguins versus Kings.
Penguins,
Thanks.
I like Kings. Rangers,
all the way.
Sharks.
Rangers.
Rangers.
Sharks.
Rangers.
Shark, what the fuck?
I like an
Sharks
upset.
are pretty good.
Sharks are not doing bad.
Rangers
no.
are.
They're in negative goal to goal against ratio
Yeah.
though. So I mean,
Rangers
their
are good,
defense
but
isn't fucking there. So
Like an upset.
Ducks versus Wild.
Wild.
I'm Wild.
I'm gonna go Ducks.
Predators versus Bruins.
Yeah.
Predators. We already
Predators.
know. Let's go.
Maple Leafs or Blues?
Maple Leaf.
Leafs.
Leafs. Penguins or Sharks?
Penguins.
Penguins. Predators, Blues.
We're going again, Preds.
Predators. Penguins or Golden Knights?
Penguins.
Penguins again.
I'm going Knights.
I like Knights.
Wild versus Avalanche.
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 It's gonna be a high scoring game as well. Take the over.
Kings versus Sharks.
Sharks.
Kings.
Kings.
Sharks. What the hell?
Maple Leafs versus Rangers.
Leafs.
Rings.
I'm going Leafs.
Get out of here, dude.
All right, we'll jump into find my little hitting home runs.
Danger.
Yeah. All right, MLB talk. There's not really much going on with MLB, because they haven't started their season yet.
And we don't know
A
anything.
lot of off-season stuff though.
There's
you-
been some
You guys don't know
off-season-
off-season
Don't you get a
stuff.
button on there that
is
says we don't know
crazy.
what the hell we're talking about?
Yeah, here. That one. What is going on right now?
What is going on? No, that is true. No, they do have some big moves in the off-season. So
So, yeah, we got this one too. None of us know what we're talking about. That's one I think Caleb was thinking of. So not much with MLB other than I know they're kind of going through like a little lockout thing right now, and
I think they play. They get through it.
they should.
They have to.
Pretty big lockout.
We need Detroit in April. So
They're gonna do it.
It's looking
for
like
just
there
because
might not
Detroit
be
in
a
April.
spring training.
Yeah, there might not be spring training because they're still negotiating.
Who
Now I know
needs
they were meeting
spring
today, I
training?
believe, to discuss
a
some
lot
of
of
it.
players need spring training.
A
Yeah.
lot of careers.
who needs
It's gonna
spring
shake up the whole series though. It's gonna become the teams that have straight up talent on them are gonna
Right.
play versus the ones that needed the practice to
That
get a little
needed
bit better.
Those young kids, you
Yeah.
know, that just got drafted. Nah,
Yeah.
they don't even need it. They're good.
So, the only other recent news that I have is John Lester retires. He finished with 200 wins and 3 World Series rings. There was a couple different articles that were talking. He might be one of the best playoff pitchers ever.
Hall of
Shout
Fame.
out to him. I mean, I'm agreeing with him. He's a potential
that
Hall of
Hall of
Famer.
Fame?
No,
I-
he's a
I would
potential
say
Hall of
Hall of
Famer.
Fame.
3 wings, 200.
He's also got a no hitter in his belt. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one of the best things that you can do. And he's a 5-time All-Star.
How old was he?
So
I don't know. I don't think that old.
mean-
So, you got any other notes you wrote down about baseball or no? Not really.
there is with John Lester, just obviously I think he's a future Hall of Famer. He had that no hitter. He's a 5-time All-Star, one of the toughest pitchers to ever play. There was a game that I think I remember. I think it was a catcher. He was pitching against him. The catcher smokes it line drive, hits him in like the thigh or something, right? And John Lester literally waves off his coach. Nah, I'm all good. I'll pitch the rest of the game. He pitched the rest of the game, got the W. They made the playoffs.
And he had a broken bone or something.
Yeah, and he ended up having a broken bone.
Yes.
Like one of the toughest pitchers that I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Like that's so insane.
So,
And then
and that happened in like the 4th inning or something.
yeah,
like that.
dude, and he still pitched like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember
quite
that.
a few innings. So John Lester, you're a great guy, Hall of Famer.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. No, actually, I do have some key moves. Since nothing really is going on at MLB, I think there's some key moves going on right now. So I do have highlighted right here. I'll just go through them quick.
Yep.
So, shortstop, Javier Baez going to Detroit. Super, super pumped for this. I can't wait to see what he does. He's on a 6-year contract, 140 mil. So last year he was on the Mets. I think he comes to Detroit and he makes us just slight bit better. Not the worst
Can't do
team.
worse.
Can't be worse.
Can't be much worse.
So-
I'm hoping for big things with Detroit, but I don't think we're going to get it.
I think we'll do all right. You gotta watch it a little more. One of the bigger contracts, and this is super, super surprising to me. So, shortstop Corey Seager signs with the Rangers. He's been in the Dodgers forever. Okay, and he signs with the Rangers a 10-year contract, $325 million.
Baseball players, yes, and they want more money, and
That's why
they're
they're
like,
in the lockout.
But
Dude,
they play over
325
100 games too.
yeah, and
they were playing like 182, but still
Yeah.
10. He's older. Like he's not doing anything better than
years,
what
yeah.
he was doing. That is one of the more surprising. I could not believe it when I saw that.
Maybe he's got a good agent.
He could be.
That's money in the bank.
That was one of the more surprising so far.
Yep.
I do have, since we're Michigan boys, we do have pitcher Max Scherzer. He's going to the Mets on a 3-year, $130 million.
Wow.
3-year, $130 million. So I'll be excited to see what he can do there. He was in the Dodgers last year,
He's
so
getting a little
you guys don't know. He's getting older. We'll see. Next one I got here, Marcus Semien. He's a second baseman. He's going to the Rangers. 7 years, $175 million. So not as big as that 300.
I don't
But,
know. With baseball though, it always seems to be longer
It
contracts
does.
than
The longer
you know.
contracts.
We're so used to like talking like football contracts and stuff where it's 3 years is a long time
Right.
in football.
Yeah,
eh?
because you never know what. Can
Yeah. And now he was in the Blue Jays last year, so it is just switching around to teams. So we'll see what he can do there. He is one of the better second basemen. We got center fielder Brian Buxton. He's all-time Twins. He's coming back to the Twins, another 7-year, $100 million. So he'll probably finish out his career there at the Twins. We got another shortstop. Now this one is pretty crazy to me too. So shortstop, he was a rookie last year. Okay. Vander Franco's, he's signing with the Rays. So he's going to be on the Rays for the rest of his life, it sounds like. 12 years. 12-year contract. Max of $225 million. Which, looking back at that $325 million is not as good. But when you're 20 years old, this man is 20 years old, signing a 12-year contract.
It's almost like
I think it's a bad move for him.
It's almost like you're not banking on yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
His rookie year, he didn't do great.
I wonder what bonuses are involved with that.
Yeah, there's
'Cause
probably
in one sense you lock down stability, and in the other sense you limit.
money.
Yeah, you
Like,
limit
you're
what
not
you could,
making-
if
There's
you could
probably
go down, but you lock down
just
the
from
stability.
knowing other sports contracts and stuff like that. A lot of times they'll have like, hey, we can renegotiate the price in 5 years. So it's like I'm locked at this. 5 years have come, and okay, I'm making way more. I'm having higher offers elsewhere. You can either up it since you locked me in, or we can do a buyout of this contract and I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. Which, I mean, obviously it's 12 years, so that could happen.
Rookie contract's only a year in the MLB. If he
Must
was-
be
if
because
he was a
this
rookie
man, he was a
last year.
rookie. 2021, he was a
Yeah.
rookie. The man's 20 years old. He's signing a 12-year contract.
Or it could be, I don't know how the AAA works, but he could have been down there on
Yeah.
his contract. And
But dude, isn't that
Well,
crazy?
Yeah. Well, you
That's
get a
absolutely
lot of players
ridiculous.
get drafted and then they get put on those teams.
that's what I was wondering if that affects
Yeah.
their rookie contract.
Dude, isn't that crazy though? 12 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why are you setting your
So
career like that?
Let's say there's one player that I listen to, Chris Betts. He's a catcher. Right now he's in free agency. But he's only played minor league ball just because he's been hurt. He should have been pro already. But he just keeps having injuries and stuff with his knees.
Yeah.
But he signed like a $1.6 million signing
Yeah.
bonus. That was his signing bonus, and then plus he got paid. He didn't make very much playing on AAA ball, but he still made like $100K or whatever.
yeah.
Or
And
for
he was a catcher, you said. And he's got knee injuries.
already.
That's a
That's
lot. Though. I
scary.
mean, you hear that a lot with catchers,
Mhm.
with them being
But if you're
bent
that-
down
but
for
if-
hours.
But yeah, if you're that young and you already have injuries.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
get out of there. Whoever's trying to sign, get out of it.
So, anything else, Austin?
Yeah, I do have, with us being Detroit boys, pitcher Justin Verlander back to the Astros on a 1-year contract, $25 million
Good for him.
on 1 year, $25 million in 1 year.
Good for him.
Good for him. Hopefully he does well again. I think he did pretty decent last year, but we'll see if he can win them some more games. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy. 1 year, $25 million. You don't hear that a lot.
So, all right, T and Caleb up.
Let's go.
It's Caleb Sport
So-
here, golf.
I got some input for you,
Some
Caleb.
big news earlier today. Netflix just signed a series for golf. It's basically showing behind the scenes of players, the majors. So for all the golf fans out there, this should be really cool.
Is it like a football has hard knocks?
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a,
It's-
it's a
it's-
documentary of.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
like
hell
Hard
yeah,
Knocks,
dude.
or it's gonna be like the,
Yeah, that's bad.
the Drive
Do
to
they-
Survive Formula One series.
Do they know who's going to be in it so far?
It's just said major players in major championship, like the FedEx Cup
so
tournament
Tiger
stuff.
Woods.
I'd kind of
So,
like. I'd
We're
kind
going
of
to put Tiger in
It's
there?
gonna be like John Rahm, DJ, JT,
Justin.
Jordan. So
I'd like to see like a smaller series of that, of the people fighting to make the cut.
To make-
that,
Dude, wouldn't that be
it's like
sick?
Corn
That's
Ferry
just, like,
Tour and stuff.
stressful.
Because
Wouldn't that be
what's
sick?
crazy about golf is these Corn Ferry Tour players are just as good,
Yeah.
if not better, than most of these tour
Right.
players. It's just so hard to get your card
Yeah.
Mm.
and to continue playing well on the tour. So That would be a cool
That's
series. to
super
see that.
interesting.
But last week we had the Tournament of Champions. JT, I said, would win. He did take top 5. I was completely off. I said he would play well the first 2 days. The third day he would blow up. The third day he ended up breaking
Going
the course
off.
record, shoot a 61.
Dude.
Which
Insane.
Devin and I were talking. He's like, "Oh, the course must not have been playing hard," which obviously probably not with these scores. But if you go out and shoot a 61 at any course,
That's freaking
it's incredible.
insane.
And then for Cameron Smith to go out there and shoot
Dude, the
minus
weather,
34 in 4 days.
dude, the weather must have been in their favor. Like
Right.
this was like
Which I think
0 mile per hour winds, like
first-
70.
First 2 days was lift, clean, and place. The course was wet, so that means if they're in the fairways, they get to mark their ball, pick it up, clean it, and place it. So they get a perfect
Really?
line.
Oh, okay. So
If
yeah,
the course
that's
is
definitely
wet,
helping. But still, negative 34.
Yeah, still, no matter what the circumstances are, that's
That's insane.
unbelievable.
Which is even more crazy because John Rahm and Matt Jones are right behind him.
John Rahm might be the best player in golf. He is so
Currently,
good.
I
So
don't know if
good.
I can argue with you, but he is doing well.
I mean, there's a lot of good players, but he's he's different. Cameron Smith he's always fun to watch. You know, the argument right now with him, who had the better mullet, him or John Daly.
Him.
Cameron Smith's fun to watch just because he's kind of that, younger guy with the weird swag, I guess you could say.
I guess.
People can relate to him kind of. He likes drinking beer and stuff. He's actually
Dude.
He's actually more of a liquor drinker, but
If he shotguns a beer at one of these tournaments,
yeah. So that tournament went well.
I
A
want
lot of
that
low
beer.
scores. We have the Sony Open next week. Austin, you like Smith again? A lot of
I don't know.
not big names
So
in this one.
Here's what I'm thinking. This is not biased at all. Not biased, okay? But Harris English is looking good.
Sounds a little biased.
Yeah.
It's not biased.
Austin
It's
knows
not biased.
absolutely nothing about him, but that's fine because there's a
No,
lot of
I do. He won freaking so far 2022. His best placement is 14th. Not good,
in
okay? But he's one of the
In
better
one
known.
tournament.
one tournament.
That's 2020.
That's a pretty good field though.
No,
so
it's not in one tournament. It's freaking. They counted like back in October. They counted it for 2022, which I don't know how that
fill
works.
up the golf.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but his best tournament so far, 14th, and it's not too good, but he's one of the bigger names in this tournament.
So you're saying he's gonna take it home?
I think he's getting at least top 5, but there's a really good chance that he's taking it home.
And there's no bias here.
You need to find out who
No
he's playing
bias, no
against
bias.
and look at taking that type of matchup
No,
versus
I have.
picking him to win
I
it.
have. I've
Um,
looked at the whole spreads and everything, and who's playing, and he's one of the bigger names out of all of them. So
This week is a really large field. I don't know the exact number, but a lot of guys and not a lot of big names.
that's what I'm saying. So
kind
Harris
of
English is
going
coming
off
in.
that, I kind of like some of the older guys that are playing. Webb Simpson, Kevin Kidd, guy to watch.
I think Webb's-
Ryan Palmer, or Hideki Matsuyama. Those are kind of the 4 older guys that I would like to see. They probably get top 10. One of them, two of them gets top 10.
Can Cameron Smith pull two
He's
wins
too
in a row?
he's too streaky. I mean,
He's too streaky.
He's very good at golf, but
I think he's in top 5 though.
if he does get a top 5 finish, it'll be kind of interesting to kind of put him finally with these other guys because he's
I
kind of
think-
Do
like.
you think that'll be a stepping stone?
I think that's going to be huge coming off a win, especially if he wins. That's just going to be.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking, Caddy. A big golf guy over here. I'm thinking top 4. Harris brings it in for the dub.
I hope he
Not
does.
biased.
I hope
Not
he does.
biased. But no, I think Cam Smith, he comes in there, probably second or third, and then Webb Simpson getting the other. So if, Cam gets second or third, Webb's coming in there with whatever he doesn't get. And then I think Corey Connors comes in at that last spot, 4th.
You think so?
I think so. He's a decent kid. He's all right. But he comes in there 4th.
Yeah, I mean, other than those few that I mentioned, I don't really like anybody else just because I mainly don't know many. It's kind of hard to bet on somebody you don't know.
This could be
Yeah.
their coming out
But-
party.
There's a lot of older guys playing in this, like Brant Snedeker. Who knows? He could come out and win. He's a very good player from the
Yeah.
past.
I-
Brendan Todd.
I'm kind of more waiting for
I like
the
him,
bigger
but-
tournaments that are going to be coming.
Yeah, I mean, this one's not going to be super fun.
No.
So
no big names, but Harris English. If you're looking at it,
The Netflix series will be really cool. That was kind of the
That
big
does
news
sound
of the
cool.
that
day.
is cool.
Yeah.
That is super.
I mean,
cool.
it just
I'm
if you're a
pretty pumped for
sport
that.
fan in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm pumped for that. That's awesome.
That's basically how I got into Formula One.
Yeah.
was watching the
So,
Drive to
yeah.
Survive on Netflix.
No,
so
yeah,
So,
that's for
I'm
real.
good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I didn't realize how much money they spent to freaking race. Stupid amount of money.
Believe
I
it.
have no clue.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I believe it.
So like one sponsorship deal, like to have the main logo on one of those cars is like $150 million sponsorship
Oh, holy
for one sponsor. Like they had to be the main sponsor.
What the hell,
Jesus. What does it cost? I mean, those cars have to be.
dude? Those things
Millions.
are probably.
They're pretty much all carbon fiber for the most part, or so that's super expensive.
Jesus.
But like a set of
Super-
tires, I think.
Whoa.
What would they say? A set of tires is like $30,000 for
Oh
four
my
tires,
god.
and they'll go through. I think they get like I can't remember exactly now, but you get like 8 sets for the weekend. You get like 3 soft, 3 mediums, and 3 hards, and a set of rain tires or something like
Dude.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's super crazy to see those races because if they hit like the outside where there's a bunch of rubber out there, they just hit one slice of rubber and they're flying. Like they just start
Oh, yeah.
hovering.
So there's so much downforce on those cars to keep them on the track, that you could literally put a loop in, and they could drive that loop. There's so much
That's
downforce.
awesome.
That is so cool.
There's
And that's called Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Yeah. It'll get you hooked on. Like I want to go. There's 2 races coming to the U.S. next year, Miami, and they always do one in Austin, Texas. So I would like to go to one of those. So
Speaking of carbon fiber, TaylorMade, new golf club.
Look
It's
at
actually
'em.
technically the second golf
Badass.
club ever to have a carbon fiber face. The
Badass.
one was kind of way back, but yeah.
Oh,
It
it's
will
super
be-
cool. Look at them. Badass.
So
all right, well we're gonna wrap this one up. Say I'm gonna be coming out next week with another bonus episode for UFC. Getting ready for the fight card on the
Oof.
22nd. So you want to add anything else?
I do kind of have 3 key points if we want to just add them in real quick.
What's that?
All right, so I'm jumping backwards. NBA, Pistons get Bol. I think that's a huge
That's
move for
good. Yes.
Pistons, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We're not doing too hot right now, but we do need a center, and I think Bol is that guy who can come in super young. He'll do everything for us,
And we
dude.
gave up a second rounder.
yeah,
And we
second
only
rounder.
gave up a second
bad.
rounder and a no-name
Yeah.
guy. And Bol is one of
Bol's-
those guys.
And
He's
young,
7'2".
too, and he's young.
Yes, he's so young.
Great move.
So I think that's a great move. Second point is Klay Thompson's return. We're all super hyped to see that. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I think Klay Thompson's going to come in, make a statement that he's still a top shooting guard.
I mean, other than knocking over female refs,
I did see that.
he's doing all right.
But no, I don't know if you guys saw his crazy posterized dunk.
I did, yeah.
That was cool.
But I do think he's going to come in, make a big statement. And my last key point is Lakers, dude. What the hell?
It's scary time. They got to turn it up.
They got to turn up.
They gotta
That's
I
the
survive
think
best to
it's
do it.
Russ. Russ is one of those big guys that I don't know about him. I just don't know about him. He's probably one of the reasons that Lakers are what they're doing.
Yep.
So but yeah, those are my 3 key points. So
All right.